I don't want to do it.
Do it.
I'm camera shy. Hello.
You hit that, baby. So,
opera singer.
If you couldn't tell what's in front of us, this was supposed to be a calzone mukbang, and then somebody went behind my back and ordered a pizza. And I know they're basically the same thing, but they're different, right?
Before we get started, I just got some essentials I gotta show ya. The granulated garlic. Need that.
What is this, a haul?
The ranch. You know we only rock with that Hidden Valley, baby.
Okay.
And then sometimes I like to put a little bit of
Don't put it all over the pizza.
I'm not gonna put it all over the pizza, but sometimes I like a little Tabasco sauce just to spice it up a little bit.
So I just got a plain cheese calzone. I'm like a simple gal. And what kind of pizza you got, sir?
I got a chicken cutlet pizza. As you can tell, the chicken cutlet is extra chickeny.
And got some soda. I know I'm on a no soda diet, but I still be cheating. And we got a french fry. Can you guys believe this is a large?
Oh, get that. Get it out. Get it out now. Get it out now.
The more you keep saying it, the longer I'm gonna keep it in there. This is a large. What has the world come to that this is a large fry? Like, I'm not trying to be a Karen, but like, this is a large. Doesn't this look like a large?
Yeah,
he literally gets in my video and tries to be the star of the show because he don't be putting this much effort into his videos.
No, I do, baby.
But let's start off with the way I cut my stuff. Carlos hates it. He says I cut it like a 5-year-old.
You do.
Well, this is how I like to do it.
Drop a comment if you think that she cuts her food like a 5-year-old. While you're watching this video, you gotta watch all the way to the end and really see it though. Baby. Let's cheers. We're about to be 6 months engaged. 4 more years to go. I did a little Q&A on Instagram as always, but this time I was like, y'all can ask me stuff like besides about like, you can ask us stuff besides that are about ourselves. You know what I mean? Like ask us our opinions on anything, things like that. So I figured we'd start off strong. And somebody had asked, do we believe in paranormal activity? And have we ever had an experience? So I'll start with me because my answer's gonna be shorter than yours. Yeah. I believe in paranormal, but I believe that they're demons. Not I believe, that's the truth. If you don't believe it, that's your own problem. You know what I mean? So yes, have I ever had paranormal experience? I've spoken to the devil before. I've spoken to God before. I told you about that. And I don't want to get into the whole story on here because that could be a whole story time on its own. So if you want to know the story time of how I spoke to the devil multiple times and spoke to God one time, let me know. I can do a whole story time on that and tell them your answers, baby. Yes, I very much do believe in paranormal activity. Wait, but do you believe what I believe? Do you think they're all demons, or you just think like, oh, they're ghosts? I don't think that they're all demons. No? The majority are, but not all of them. Some are just lost souls. Huh? My story is basically that I was in college with my roommates. We were sitting down in the living room just chilling, and all of a sudden this trophy that was sitting on one of their desks just flew across the room. Nobody touched it. The windows weren't open because the windows couldn't open. And the reason that I truly believe that that's my biggest paranormal activity is because the windows were shut in all the dorms because a girl a few years prior had jumped out of the window because she was on drugs. So we all thought that it was just a very haunted building for the entire year that we lived there. That wasn't the only time that paranormal stuff happened, but that's the one that stands out in my mind. You never told me there was more than one. You only told me about like that thing. There was 3. Okay, the people want to know. One is the trophy. Another one. Wait, is it all in the same like? Same dorm. Okay. One was the trophy. The other one was my boy came to me the next morning and was like, yo,
did you throw this at our door? And I was
oh, you told me that.
Yeah, it was like the calendar. He was like, did you throw this at the door? And I was like, no. And then they said that like at 3 in the morning, like it just kind of got thrown at the door, and they were like, what the hell? And then the third time I was in the bathroom, I was just trying to use the bathroom, take a shower. My roommates were like, yo, we're gonna go to the store real quick. I was like, all right, bet. And then they shut the door, they left. And I'm just taking a shower, all the lights cut off in the bathroom, but nowhere else. Because as soon as the lights cut off, I screamed. And then I jumped out the shower, and then I checked like the rest of the rooms, and everything was still on, everything was straight, so yeah, I don't know.
I would have moved out after the first time.
Couldn't, there was nowhere to go.
I would have forced them. I would have came up with some reason. So that's it, that's your only experience? I mean, the fact that you have 3 is kind of crazy though.
Those are the top 3 that live in my head.
Would you guys consider sleep paralysis like paranormal experiences? Carlos has never experienced, but you've never experienced it, you don't know.
It's your brain firing off.
Babe, sleep paralysis is not my brain.
Okay.
You've never had sleep paralysis?
Mm-hmm.
If you have ever had sleep paralysis, you know that thing is real and it is scary. But I just wouldn't know if that would be considered paranormal. I've had sleep paralysis, I want to say like 2 or 3 times. And I want him to, okay, even though I don't want him to experience it because it's scary, I just want him to know what it feels like just so he can like get it. That your body is out of control, like you cannot control it. Like you're conscious, but you can't move a finger. And you see the demon in the corner of the room waiting for you.
Like Doja Cat?
No, scarier. It made me slip.
I don't think anybody can be scarier with her on the wall like.
Stop. The next question was related to me. Somebody said, when I do decide to have kids. See, they thought they were slick this time. Because every time we have these Q&As, when are you gonna have kids? She's like, when you do decide to have kids, will you still have your business and go on live? And I was like, what? I just don't understand that question, because that's like me asking you guys, like let's say you're like a teacher and I'm like, hey, when you pop that kid out, are you gonna go back? Like, like obviously there are very few women, like they get pregnant and they're like, yeah, working, sayonara. But like my business is my job. You know what I mean? And how could nobody ask men that? Only women. How come they don't ask you, hey, you gonna quit your job after you have the baby? Like, you know what I mean?
I would. No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, health insurance, baby. Health insurance.
Carlos said the only way he would quit his job is if he became millionaires.
Yeah.
Because the fact that your job gives you paternity leave is like really good. Like because there's women who don't even get maternity leave. So the fact that you get paternity, how long is it again?
Like 2 weeks. 2 weeks or a month. I don't remember.
I wish it was like the same as women, but like, hey,
yeah.
At least it's something. But yeah, this is my job. Make my business. So same way you have to go to work, I have to pack those orders up, baby. Do I have to be on live? No, I don't have to be on live, but I do have to fulfill those orders. Oh my god, look how stringy. Whoa. Somebody asked, how do we like living together?
After the first week and a half, it's been fine since then.
Tell them about the first week and a half. So we've officially been living together for a little over a month now. We should have said that. We moved in September 1st. Today's October 5th. The
first month or the first week and a half was absolute hell. It was tragic. It was tragedy. We were just...
It was that bad.
We were arguing for absolutely no reason. We were just like, stay away, get away, don't talk to me, leave me alone, never speak to me ever again. That's the type of energy that we had to each other.
I would come home and I'm like, ugh. He's like, ugh. Like, the feeling was mutual. I think it was just one person.
But it was because the moving process was the worst thing on earth.
And landlord was acting up, so like, and Carlos was stressed about it, so.
When we moved in here, I was not happy at all. Now it's less bad, but like The towel rack literally fell out the wall yesterday.
Everything's just breaking.
Which then caused me to get super glue on my hands because I didn't have anything on hand to fix it. And it wouldn't screw back into the wall because the walls are made of paper. And there's nothing supporting it behind it. So I had to use super glue. If you didn't have cheap inners to a building, then...
I also should mention, it's not like we weren't arguing about the typical things. Like, he's the first person I've ever lived with, like, boyfriend. Well, we were engaged. Well, we are engaged, whatever. But like, y'all know what I mean? Like, no, people live with their boyfriend, girlfriends. I've never lived with a boyfriend or girlfriend. And then I had suite mates in college for 1 year, and that was it. So like, I'm not used to living with other people besides my family. So if we weren't arguing about, oh my God, you don't put the toothpaste away, or oh my God, you didn't fold your clothes. Like, we already knew that about each other. Like, I know this man never puts the toothpaste away. I know this man will shower, put on a shirt, walk 2 steps, rip the shirt off and throw it on the floor and get in bed. Right? I already know these things. We weren't fighting. It was just like, he would look at me and I'm like, yo, do you wanna toss it right now or what? Like, it would just be like nothing. We would just wake up angry. Literally. And now that we've been here for months, we still haven't really fought about like...
It's been decent. It's been good.
Like, we don't really fight to begin with, but people were saying like, oh, you're gonna fight about like, just like the little things. Like, but I think because we already just knew, because he would sleep over so much that here, like, we just already know each other. Like, we know each other's bad habits. And we're just kind of used to them. Have y'all ever thought about doing a meet and greet?
I would do one, but like, what would I get out of that, you know?
Meeting the people who like you?
Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, like, there is a sense of danger to that.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't do it, because I'm like, how do I know that you're not gonna come and strangle me?
But that's why I'm saying, what would I get out of that? Is because there has to be some type of catch for me to agree to it if I'm putting my life in danger. Obviously, I'm not big like that at all.
I'm not even, I mean, I have 1 million, that's my business page.
She has 1 million on her business page, but 11,000 subscribers, right? So we're not big, but like, it doesn't matter because people do envy. And obviously you guys know about Selena, you know, Ariana Grande's concert got shot at. Like, things like that just happen. So there would have to be some type of like, there would have to be
things
security,
like that.
Or there would just have to be some like
precaution.
Not just precautions, but there would have to be, I'm getting something out of this.
Yeah.
Because no matter how much security you got in the world, they could still get past.
Yeah, so I would never do it. I don't know. Like, if you guys see me in public, that's a different story. Like, one of you are like, oh, I recognize her. That's so different. But like, it doesn't, if I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna be at this McDonald's on Main Street at 4 p.m. I'm like, that's a little wild to me.
Yeah.
How do I know what you gonna pull up at McDonald's? Who or what? And those influencers who be saying where they are, like, not for a meet and greet, but just because, I'm like, oh girl, like, please don't do that. Have you been eating the paper?
No.
What happens if I eat the paper?
Nothing. No.
Oh, okay. Ever thought about getting a cat or just dogs? Oh.
No cats.
We're not cat people. I'm sorry, I'm a cat hater.
Kind of allergic a little bit, so.
What? You have never told me that ever. I'm allergic to cats. You've never told me that.
I used to sleep over at Alvaro's house a lot, and he had 3 cats. And they used to be in his room all the time. And like, we would be chilling there, everything's good. And then the cat rubs up against me because she used to be in heat so much. So she would rub up against me, and then immediately my whole face would just get...
You know what? You are allergic to Lucy.
Sometimes.
Lucy's my dog, so...
It comes and goes. It's weird.
I mean, that's like my seasonal allergy. Some days it'll be there, some days it won't. Thrifting, yay or nay? Do not come at me. I would love to thrift. I think it's so cool. But I just get like the ick. Like, I give myself the ick. Like, I'll be looking, like Plato's Closet example, like I'll shop there and then I'm like, oh my god, somebody's sweaty pits were rubbing against this, and somebody's dirty coochie and their sweaty booty hole, and like, obviously that's what washing machines are for, but like, I just can't do it. Like, I will think about it every time I wear it. I'm like, oh my god, like they were rubbing against this, and I can't.
No. Personally, I think that thrifting is cool. However, problem with it is that Connecticut has really bad thrift stores. There's not usually anything too good. Like, I like dressing a specific way, and the way that I like to dress, they don't usually have a lot of stuff. And I don't like to sit there and browse through the entire rack trying to find something I like. So I don't normally go thrifting. I used to, but
You're telling people all this information I never knew about you. You never told me that you used to go thrifting.
A little bit. Like, I got tired of it after like a few visits. Because there's just nothing good in Connecticut. And if you want to go to a good one, you have to go like...
to the rich parts.
Yeah.
Does Carlos get mad when you spend money on things you want? Yes, he's a certified hater.
I am.
He's a certified freaking hater, you guys. He's like, oh my god, but you already have 20 purses. What do you need another one for? I'm like, okay, sir, you got 20 sneakers. And look at you. Please. And then what always shuts him up, I'm like, really? Because if you could get any pair of sneakers right now that you want, you'd go do it too. And he's like, Because everybody says, oh, if I had that money, I would do this, isn't it? But you don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about you're rich, just like extra money, spending money. Some people, they find it, they want to save. Some people, they find it worth it to blow it on food. I find it worth it to blow it on food and Marshalls. I do save. Don't think that I don't got nothing saved, y'all. I don't just blow all my money. Just some of it. And, or some people got kids and they gotta give all their money to the kids. And that's why I don't got any right now. This question is mostly for Carlos. What inspired you to get a major in criminal justice? You love crime. Is that why? Well, that sounded pretty bad on camera. He's not a thief. Or, oh my god. He's not a criminal.
The reason I got it is so that whenever I commit a crime, I can easily just get out of it.
If I ever go missing, just kidding.
I'm kidding. The real reason that I got inspired is because I wanted to be a detective. Like, that's genuinely what I wanted to do with my life.
So you're telling me, if you were a detective and you just saw dead bodies, you'd be like, cool with seeing that?
I watched The Walking Dead twice in a row.
I know, but like I wouldn't know.
I used to watch true crime sleep.
I know there's psychos in the world. There's a lot of psychos in the world who love watching. I don't like watching stuff like that, but like it's different when you're a person. Like they say there's like a smell to it, and like sometimes like you can't get out of your head. Like you're fine with seeing that stuff.
I would do what I had to do.
Yeah.
That's why
I couldn't do it.
I wanted to do it, but the thing about the world right now, police are killed every day. I don't want to like deal with that, having to worry about that.
He said that he would only become a cop if like that was his last resort. Like let's say he lost his job and I lost my, and like we just needed money, like food on the table, he would go to train to become one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him to be, because then like dang, like he risked his life. Like shout out to y'all who risk their life, but like, I don't want him risking his, you know what I mean? I know nobody asked, but what inspired me to get a psych major? Even though y'all ain't asked me. I was supposed to, if you're new here, I was actually in school for nursing and then I failed miserably. Like literally, like I took anatomy 4 times. 4 times. I took anatomy 1. I didn't even fail. I got a D. D is failing in nursing school, if you know. I got a D. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it again, but I knew I would be a year behind. I took anatomy 1 again, I passed. Then I took anatomy 2, and I think I failed. And I was like, okay, one more try. And then I failed again, and I was like, you know what? Maybe this is my sign that I should just stop. Because if I can't even pass anatomy, there's so much harder classes than that.
And so then I was already a psych minor. I just love psych, y'all. Like, I just think it's so interesting just to see the way somebody thinks and how they grew up and how it affects them to this day. And just, I love that stuff. It's already psych minor. They're like, hey, if you switch to psych, you'll graduate on time instead of spending an extra year. I said, oh, sign me up. Sign me up.
You know, I never failed a single class in college. But my classes were also extremely easier. The only ones that I would get, like, really, like, D's get degrees, baby. And I got 2 or 3 D's. All in math. Math-related classes.
I failed anatomy. And then when I senior year, when I was so focused on my business, because I was like, forget school, like, who cares, right?
Yeah.
I got kicked out of a class. She forced me to drop out because I was failing halfway through. Then I failed another class. And then I almost failed another one. But I think she was like, I was about to graduate. I'm like, Lord, please, like, please just have me back, please, please. It's because I didn't care, y'all. I just didn't care anymore. Like, they weren't hard classes. It was just like, learn the sign language, which I should have paid attention. Can you imagine I know sign language right now?
I would love for you to learn sign language, or for you to know sign language. I feel like it could come in use.
I know, like, I took sign language, and then she's the one who I was forced to drop out halfway because I wasn't doing any work. Because like, it was like, okay, practice the alphabet and sign language or pack these orders. And I was getting 1,000 orders per launch. So it was like, my launch is more important. I don't regret my decision to this day. I don't regret it. But like, I feel like I should take, like, not take a class. I'm gonna learn on freaking YouTube. They can teach me. YouTube is free 99. Okay.
Duolingo.
Do they have sign language? I would assume so. I feel like they have every language.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. How do you guys resolve agreements/disagreements?
We don't.
No. He thinks, like, no joke, you guys. Like, I know that, like, people find this offensive, but he's not, like, being funny when he says it. He thinks I'm bipolar, like, actually. Like, actual. Because, like, we'll be fighting, and 2 seconds later, I'm like, do you want to see my haul? He's like, what is wrong with you? And like, I heard the symptoms of bipolar and I'm like, why are they talking about me? I've never been diagnosed. I don't know. Like, look, let's look up the disorder. I don't know. And you would think I could like self-diagnose because I have a degree. I think I'm just like in denial. Because I heard that when people are bipolar, they go through like, well, I learned in school, they go through like the highs and the lows. And then when they're on their high, they'll blow all their money. They'll go on a, like, they'll live the best life. And then when they're low, they're really low. Like, you know what I mean? Signs. Many symptoms can include increased energy, excitement, impulsive behavior, agitation. Depressive symptoms can include lack of energy, feeling worthless, low self-esteem, and suicidal thoughts. Like, I don't think I want to get diagnosed. I think I'm fine being just me here.
You're enough.
You are enough. I don't know, y'all. Because I feel like nowadays, with like all these different like mental disorders, a lot of them have very similar symptoms. I feel like all these diseases, you could be depressed. So it's just like, I don't know. But if you don't know, I am diagnosed with like anxiety. So like actual diagnosis. So have you been diagnosed with like actual?
Nope.
Because you've never even tried to go get diagnosed.
Nope.
Ooh, this is a juicy question. This will be the last question of the chat. And if you guys want us to keep doing these things, we could even focus more in, like, let's say you really like us talking about like paranormal activity. Like, we could do one where we just strictly talk about like ghosts and demons. Like, we could do special ones, right? That's like a good idea. But let's focus on this last question. It is, what's your opinion on not getting along with your spouse's side of the family? None of us have that issue because like my parents treat him like a son. Like, they be yelling at him. No, not they. My mom be yelling at him. Whenever he's sick, he calls my mom. Like, he be talking to my mom sometimes more than me. I'm like, what do you mean you talked to her this morning? I didn't talk to her this morning. And then like same thing with his parents. Your mom actually just ordered for me the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I get along with his parents, his brothers. Like, they be treating me like I'm their sister. Like, I wear a Hoochie Mama shirt and his brother's like, where are you going? Like, Jordan, like, now Jordan's like, ew, put those away. And I'm like,
They're not here for you. Like, oh, like they'd be like, ew. But no, there's nobody on your side that I don't get along with. Same thing with, I don't know. But from what my personal opinion, from what I hear, if you don't get along with the mother-in-law, like it's a wrap for you.
Yeah, it's not.
It's a wrap because the husband is always gonna put their mom ahead of you. But I don't have that problem with him, so that's just what I heard. That's
what I was gonna say is that, like, if you don't get along with the significant other's family, it's already like bad for you. It's already wraps.
And it also depends on the reason, though. What if they just don't like them? Like, I'm just gonna use her because I'm a girl. What if they like her because, you know, those families, those toxic families, like, oh, nobody's ever gonna be good enough for my son. Then that's not her fault. She should just run. But what if, like, they don't like her, but the husband makes sure he puts her first? Then it could work. But if he's gonna always pick their side, it's never gonna work. Ever, 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 ever. And then you're gonna have kids. And do you really want your kids around them and they don't even like you? Like,
nope.
No. So, do you have any tips for them? Like, what would you personally do if my family didn't like you?
Run.
You would run?
Yeah.
But what if you loved me so deeply that you didn't want to run? Like, what would you do?
You have to talk to them. And you have to put your foot down.
Oh yeah, we got in trouble with my parents. I'm not gonna say why, but we got in trouble, and then Carlos was like, "I'm gonna go talk to him. I don't want to be in trouble anymore."
Yeah.
I was like, "Good luck with that."
You gotta go talk to them, and if they're not willing to open up or look at you in some type of brighter way, then they're never gonna like you, and you just have to stop giving a shit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that happens. Sometimes parents just don't like the significant other, no matter how much they did for the daughter or boyfriend or husband or whatever the case is. No matter what you do for them, you could buy them a Lamborghini. They still
They'll take like it and be like, I don't like you.
Yeah, there's nothing that you could do. So at the end of the day, in that situation, you just have to block them out. You can't do anything about it. So don't even try and do anything about it. Get out.
Okay, well, who said I was done with that? I'm done with that.
I was dipping it for you.
Nice try. All right, y'all, I'm feeling full. Hope this was a good mukbang. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, you're a hater. I'm sorry. That means you're a fan because you're watching me without subscribing. But yeah. Bye.
Bye.